Welcome to Time of Death. This video is for informational purposes and in no way meant to glorify or condone violence. In today's video, we'll be discussing the murder of Richard Armando Macian. Macian was shot and killed on Saturday, May 10, 2014, in the 5800 block of Ben Alder Avenue in Whittier, according to LA County Coroner records. Agustin Garcia Jr. was subsequently arrested and charged with the murder. The following is the evidence at trial. Defendant Agustin Garcia Jr., Paul Lopez, and Davon Andrew Brazil are all members of the Whittier, California-based Jimtown Lomas gang. Between 2004 and 2014, defendant lived with his family in Jimtown gang territory. His next-door neighbors were victim Richard Macian, the victim's parents, and his two younger brothers. Although defendant and the victim used to get along, in the years prior to 2014, they argued and occasionally got into fistfights. Around 9 p.m. on May 10, 2014, the victim and his father were sitting on their front porch drinking beer. A car screeched to a halt in front of the victim's residence, and Lopez, Brazil, and a third man, who later introduced himself as Whisper from Jimtown, got out of the car, and as they walked across the victim's front lawn, started yelling at them. The night before, the victim's youngest brother had walked down their street shouting, "Fuck Jimtown." One of the three men put his arm around the victim's shoulders and said, "Let's take a walk," and led the victim from the front porch out into the middle of the street. The other man followed. Soon thereafter, defendant came out of his house. Although it is not clear whether a fist fight broke out between the three men and the victim before defendant joined, defendant and the victim traded taunts and punches. When the victim started holding his own against his assailants, defendant backed away, pulled out a gun and aimed it at the victim's chest. With his fist balled up at his sides, the victim either told defendant, "You're a bitch with that gun," or "You're a bitch." Defendant then pulled the trigger and put a bullet in the victim's chest that killed him. Defendant then got into a car with the others and drove off. The people charged defendant with murder, including gang and gun allegations. Following the trial, the jury found defendant guilty of second-degree murder and found true the gun and gang allegations. The court sentenced defendant Agustin Garcia Jr. to prison for 40 years to life. The people also charged Lopez and Brazil with murder, charged Lopez with assault with a firearm, and charged Brazil with voluntary manslaughter. The other defendants were tried separately and are not part of this appeal. Richard Armando Macian was 22 years old at the time of death.